Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. So in today's video, I'm going to give you a full review for Tailor Brands. Tailor Brands is an AI-powered platform that helps you register a business in the US and can help you create your brand identity at the same time. If you've ever started a company in the US, you already know that it is a time-consuming task and requires a lot of paperwork to be able to operate legally. Well, Tailor Brands solves this for you by helping new businesses establish their company quickly and effortlessly, as well as offering tools such as a logo maker, website builder, and business cards. Now, Tailor Brands also does entire incorporation for your business for you, so you can get your business started with all the legal requirements in place, taking all of the stress out of actually starting up your business. Unlike some of the other LLC formation services that I've reviewed, such as Busy, for example, they also offer services to non-US citizens and residents as well. And like I mentioned, another one of their focuses is on branding. So Tailor Brands is a great option for startups that need to create a brand identity for their business from scratch. Because with Tailor Brands, basically all you need to get started is a name for your business, and Tailor Brands will literally take care of all of the rest for you. Now, this review is mainly going to be focused on their LLC registration services because that's what I typically use them for. I'll walk you through what they offer, how much everything costs, and how they compare to some of the other companies in this space, and where their strengths and weaknesses lie. And at the end of this video, you should have all of the information that you need to make a decision about whether or not Tailor Brands is the right service to help you incorporate your business or not. And if you do decide to use Tailor Brands after watching this video and you want to save a little bit of extra money, be sure to use the link in the description down below, because that is a discount link that you won't be able to find by going straight to their website. Now, with that out of the way, let me tell you a bit about what Tailor Brands is and how I actually got to them. So I actually discovered Tailor Brands when I was researching LLC formation services back about a year or two ago, when I felt like I wanted to try a new service to start a business that I was trying to launch. And here's just a little bit of background about Tailor Brands. They actually started in 2014 with a mission to give new businesses everything that they need to launch successfully. And after they started helping business incorporate, they actually realized that a lot of these new businesses they were launching weren't taken seriously until they had a business card, a logo, a website, and other things like that. So they went about creating a one-stop shop to give startups everything that they could possibly need, not only in terms of getting the legal aspects of the business set up, but also in terms of marketing and branding all in one place. So they went about and made an AI-powered website that is centered around just that, including a logo maker, tools that can make your website, digital business cards, merchandise creation, along with their registration and management services as well. And you can get everything either at a yearly subscription or just by choosing each service as you need it. And just in case that wasn't clear, I've been involved in one way or another with starting a whole bunch of different businesses in the past. So honestly, I know a lot about everything that's involved. When I was just starting out my entrepreneurial journey, I even incorporated my first one myself, but then I quickly realized that it was honestly not worth the hassle of doing it all myself. So I've used a bunch of different services in the past, either for myself or to help out with new businesses. Before finding Tailor Brands, I've used other services like Zen Business, LegalZoom, and a few others, so I can say that I'm kind of an authority on the subject. I can confidently say that in terms of plans and pricing, Tailor Brands is structured very differently from the others because they take you through a unique process to identify your business needs, and they'll give you a custom-built estimate tailored specifically to you. And then you have the option to look at their inclusive yearly plans, which I think is kind of a unique way from all the other different companies that I've used before. Now, to get the certificate of incorporation, which is like a birth certificate for your new business, you have three main choices, all of which exclude state fees, which of course you'll have to pay in any case. Now, this service is, as I said at the beginning of the video, available to non-US residents. And I'll tell you more about that in just a little bit. But first, let me take a look at their packages for their limited liability corporations or LLCs, which is the only type of business structure that Tailor Brands helps you register. So if you do want to register an S-Corp or non-profit or something like that, then go and try and use some of the other services like I've reviewed before, like LegalZoom, Zen Business, or Busy, and I will leave those links in the description down below for you to go and check out. But in terms of what Tailor Brands does, they do it really well. So let's go over the plans that Tailor Brands has. The Light plan is the cheapest option for LLC registration. And at the time of making this video, it will cost you about $50 along with the state fee that of course will vary from state to state. This is a one-time charge that covers basic registration with papers filed within about 14 days. And because I've used other services, I know that actual registration after you file can take a few weeks. So with this option, you're going to need to be quite patient. The other option is what they call their Essential plan, which is an annual subscription of about $200 at the moment, plus any state fees. Here you get expedited processing within 2 days, and they also include compliance services to make sure you meet the legal state requirements of whatever state you're registering in. Tailor Brands will remind you to pay annual state fees or submit tax documents to keep you in sound legal standing. This plan also includes a standard operating agreement, which is signed by all of the members of an LLC and sets out who's responsible for what and what rules govern the business, which is really good if you have partners or investors in your business. And the plan that offers the best value because it includes all of the other services offered by Tailor Brands in a yearly lump sum is the Elite plan, which will cost you about $250 a year. It has everything included in the Essential plan, plus a business website domain for a year, up to 8 different logos, a digital business card, and use of the digital business card design tool. You also get use of their AI-powered website builder for a year and get access to a social media post generator that's great for people who don't know all the rules for posting from a business page on Facebook or Instagram. I personally went for the Elite plan because it covered everything I needed to get my business up and running. And within about a week, I had a brand identity with a logo, a website up and running, and my LLC application filed for my state. These are all technically things that you can do separately on your own, but if you want to launch your business as a complete package that looks professional with your brand well defined and ready to go, then this option is a very cost-effective way to get all of that done in one place. Now with all of the plans, you also get the option of a free business bank account, and you can add the service to create your logo or business card with a monthly subscription that starts as little as $4 up to $12. Now you can use their design studio to make a logo for free, but you can only download low resolution files. If you want to get a high resolution vector image, you will have to subscribe, but once you sign up and download your logo, that fully belongs to you. Now there are some services that you can technically do yourself if you want to add a little bit more headache and hassle to your life. But if you're anything like me and you value your time and your headspace, you can have them do it all for you for a little bit of extra money. And some of these things are required by law. For example, if you do live in the US, you will need a business tax number if you employ anybody besides yourself. This number is called an EIN, and you can technically get it directly from the IRS, but either way, you need it because it's crucial to be able to file taxes legally. The other thing you need to do is assign a registered agent who accepts all legal communication between the business and the state that it's registered in. And again, this is also something that technically, if you want to do it yourself, you can appoint yourself to do, but you can also just have Tailor Brands deal with it all for you if you want. Now the EIN will cost you about $100 as a one-off expense, and if you want Tailor Brands to actually act as your registered agent, it will cost you a little over $200 per year, which again is something you can technically do yourself, but it's not something that I do anymore and don't recommend. I found that it's just not worth the time that it takes me, so I just pay whatever service I'm using. Now, like I said, you can do both of these yourself, but only if you are a US citizen. If you live abroad or you're not a US citizen, you can register a company in the US, and Tailor Brands does this for you in Delaware and Wyoming, which are 2 states that are open to international ownership and they don't tax LLCs. But the thing is, as a non-resident, you can't get your own EIN or act as your own registered agent, so you'd actually need to pay Tailor Brands to do both of these for you. And just to reiterate again, if you want to try Tailor Brands out and save yourself a little bit of extra money, you can take advantage of the discount link in the description and the pinned comment down below, which if you use, you'll automatically get a discount that you wouldn't get if you just went directly to their website. So when it comes to the competition, there are a few different options, and like I mentioned, I've used quite a few of them before, so let me just take a look at how they compare to Tailor Brands. Now, if you want to register a company for free and only pay the state fees, then I check out Busy, Swift Filings, or Zen Business for that. These all offer a free initial registration process, but you will need to cough up more for one of their paid plans that includes other useful services. Now, I do think that Tailor Brands is ideal for anybody who's starting a business for the first time, because they take you through a step-by-step process and don't offer you a bunch of services to choose from, which can sometimes be a bit confusing. For example, Swifty Filings will file your registration for you for free within 10 days, and they'll register a range of different company types, not just LLCs, but their packages start at $200, and they are more expensive and give you a lot of options that can be a bit overwhelming. And My Company Works, for example, is similar in pricing to Tailor Brands. They offer a basic formation process at $59 plus state fees that includes same-day filing, an operating agreement, compliance alerts, and a lot of other stuff. But what they don't offer that Tailor Brands does is Tailor Brands has a logo maker and website design function, and that's where Tailor Brands stands out as the only company that gives your brand as much attention as your company. Honestly, I personally think that Tailor Brands is the best option for a first-time business owner because they take you through the process step by step, and you get to think about how you'll market and position your business with Tailor Brands. Now, in terms of my experience using Tailor Brands, it's actually quite different from the other ones that I've used in the past. You have to go through the whole process of registering an account and then tell them about your business before they'll actually show you how much everything is going to cost. You can start with the logo design, and for that, all you need is a name, and you get some basic options that produce a decent logo and brand image pretty quickly. But then when you come to download wherever you made, you will need to subscribe and actually pay. And I'd probably say that if you want to register a company with Tailor Brands, then it might be a good idea to get the Elite plan, which gives you everything for a year. I mean, everything you need is included, and your brand will be internet ready in just a few clicks. So it's definitely worth it in my opinion. And again, remember, I am not new to the business startup process, and so I really believe that it's just worth it to get experts to do all of the annoying and tedious paperwork and everything else like that for you. And something that's also pretty cool about Tailor Brands is that the entire site is powered by AI. When you start the process with Tailor Brands, you'll go through something that they call their guidance engine. It's essentially a way to assess your business needs by asking you a bunch of questions before tailoring your plan specifically to you, and that's probably why they're called Tailor Brands. But after they tailor the plan for you, you hit the button that says show me more options, and then you'll see their main annual plan and what it includes. Now, in terms of my honest opinion, I could have really done without it going through these few steps here. It took a little while before I actually saw the price, which was honestly a little bit annoying, but in the end, I was really impressed with the final result. Now, in terms of customer service, it was mainly coming from a chatbot that wasn't really able to answer the questions that I had so well, but they do have a thorough help section and you can email them. But even the email starts with an automated reply, so you have to go through a bunch of different levels before you actually deal with a real person. But if the automated process doesn't work, then you just keep pushing them until you get a real representative to answer your questions. I did find that mildly irritating, honestly, at times, and I wish I could have just seen their plans and pricing right from the start. But again, I was really happy with the end result regardless. And I did end up getting a logo, a website, and my company registered. And I also got my business tax number and a registered agent without much hassle at all, which I needed to operate legally inside of the US, as I mentioned earlier. I wanted to get my online presence and social media pages like Facebook and LinkedIn up and posted really quickly. And for that alone, Tailor Brands was honestly a really good option and really affordable. Okay, so that just wraps up this video, except for one big question. With all of my experience with a bunch of these different services, do I actually recommend Tailor Brands or not? Well, my honest answer is that Tailor Brands is definitely an excellent option for anybody looking to not only start a new business, but also for people who want help with everything from their brand identity to their online presence all in one place. So for those reasons, along with their usability and their ease of use on their website, I definitely would recommend Tailor Brands. Okay, so that's going to be it for this video. I really hope you found it helpful, and if you did, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more honest reviews just like this one. And like I mentioned before, if you do want to give Tailor Brands a try, check out the link in the description to get that discount that I mentioned before. And also, if you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comment section down below, and I'll do my best to answer them as soon as I can. And again, thank you very much for watching, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next video.